Good evening and welcome to Schuler Performing Arts Center. Before we begin, we ask that you please silence all electronic devices at this time. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of North Idaho College and the music department, I want to welcome you here tonight. I'm actually retired band director from North Idaho College, and for those of you who are still waiting for that date, just so you know, the grass is greener on the retired side of the fence, so just keep that in mind. All right, first off, thank you for being here tonight and supporting your children and maybe some of your friends in this endeavor. Tonight we've got just short of 200 students involved in tonight's activities, and they've just worked real hard all day. It's been a great day here, and I think you'll have a wonderful concert. Ooh, Tom, you're on first? Okay. The first gentleman, our first guest conductor, is a gentleman by the name of Tom Tucker. Tom does wonderful work. He came here, I think, a dozen years or so ago, 10, and runs a music publishing company called PDF Band Music. So many of the pieces, if you look in the program, are written by Tom. They're all from his company. He just does a wonderful work. Also, we'll play some trumpet here a little bit later. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Tom Tucker.
I think the most important thing I did today was to teach these students to stand up and sit down. They're very good at it. I am a composer, yes, but you know, when you're a composer, you write music, you're sitting at a computer or a piano and you're writing, and you get done and you think, oh gosh, that looks like a pretty good piece. But this brings it alive for me. And they did a great job, so. And I'm not supposed to talk a lot, but I can't help it. It's just who I am. First of all, Terry Jones, the man who was standing out here, he is the father of this event. He knows everything about this. So every time they have the gathering of the bands, they need Terry. He has this knowledge that nobody else has. So he's a pretty important part of this community, is what I'm trying to say here. The next conductor that you're going to meet has become a good friend of mine and a wonderful man. His name is David Blink. And David is the new director here at North Idaho College. Very talented and a real addition to the college. So I think we can be really pleased about that. Now, in order to do an event like this, you need certainly more than Tom Tucker standing here talking. You need a bunch of band directors who have done a great job in preparing our students. And it would be remiss to not introduce them tonight, which I'm going to do right now. So I hope they will stand long enough so we know where they are and who they are. We've been with, from Bonners Ferry, Mallory Moore. Where are you, Mallory? There she is. From River City High School in Post Falls, we have Tyler Renninger. And from Sandpoint Middle School, Ryan Dignan. From the Court Lane Charter Academy, Michael Harrison. And from the Lakeland Middle School, Dion Goodwin. I don't know where these people are. I'm looking like this, like I see them. I don't know. Okay. From Kellogg Middle School, Hunter Strobel. And I'm almost afraid to introduce this next guy. From Post Falls Middle School, Andrew Collier. Andrew, by the way, is a fine clarinetist, and you'll be hearing him play in just a few minutes in the community band. Our next piece of music is the Veterans Day Salute. My background is I taught school, high school and so forth, overseas in Germany, and I worked for the military schools in Germany primarily, some other places too, but that's not the point. Part of my job was to be there when these horrible deployments happen. When you live in a military community, you have an entire brigade suddenly gone for a year, and to Iraq and Iraq and Djibouti in Africa and so forth. And each time this happened, there was tremendous impact on the schools. You could just feel it with the kids. But what I learned over the years was how incredibly strong the families were. I mean, my goodness, you think about that. You're a military, say a wife, and you got a couple of kids, and here you are in Germany. You don't necessarily speak German. You're living on a post. These things are very difficult. So I wrote this salute for veterans, primarily, of course, for the selfless service of our veterans, which I care deeply about, but also to say thank you to these wonderful families with their incredible resilience and strength in dealing with some very, very difficult times. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called A Veterans Salute.
Today, we honor and thank our veterans for their selfless service to our nation. Each of you has demonstrated incredible bravery on the battlefield, facing challenges and dangers that most of us can scarcely imagine. Your courage in the face of adversity has not only safeguarded our freedoms, but has also ensured that future generations can continue to live in a land of opportunity and peace. But the sacrifices you have made extend far beyond the battlefield. You have given up time with your loved ones, missed milestones, and endured countless hardships, all in service to a greater cause. Your willingness to put the needs of your country above your own is a testament to the depth of your character and the strength of your resolve. We must also recognize the families of our veterans, whose support and resilience are vital to the success of our service members. The strength and patience of spouses, children, parents, and friends enable our veterans to carry out their duties with confidence, knowing that they have a steadfast support system at home. Your patriotism and dedication serve as a beacon that guides us all, reminding us of the importance of unity and community. Together, veterans and their families embody the spirit of service that makes our country strong. Your actions, both in and out of uniform, have strengthened the very fabric of our communities. You inspire us to strive for a better tomorrow, and your example of service and sacrifice reminds us of what it truly means to be an American. We are deeply grateful for your unwavering commitment to our nation. Your contributions have not gone unnoticed, and today, we stand together to say thank you. Thank you for your bravery, your sacrifices, and your unwavering dedication to protecting the freedoms we hold dear. You are the true heroes of our nation, and we will forever be in your debt.
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to introduce the band director and instrumental music teacher here at North Idaho College, the very talented David Blink.
Well, this is day 2 for us. We've been having a great time. So many beautiful sounds, so many students on here. Band students, how do we have good core support? I'm going to make you do it. You guys ready? I'm going to make you do it. 3 times, please. 3 times. 1, 2, ready, go. Big band, Buddha belly. Big band, Buddha belly. Big band, Buddha belly. So this is how we teach core support. They have their hands on their stomachs, big band Buddha belly, because we know Buddha bellies like to rub there. But the biggest thing is I love donuts. And in music, whole notes are donuts. So we've talked about this, and please buy your band students here donuts after this. So this is my one plug for more donuts in their lives. So please make them say big band Buddha belly before they practice. Feed them donuts. So we have one more song with this group, and then we're going to do percussion ensemble next, and then we're going to have the NIC Wind Symphony coming up. But it's just been such a pleasure here, being my first year here at NIC, and so much community support, so much community tradition that Terry Jones has been here for so long, and having music education just going along. So this is lifelong learning. We're dropping seeds in the buckets. These guys are going to continue to go on for 30, 40 years playing. We don't know when, but they will, and NIC will always be a home for that. So we got one more with this group, and this is Dixieland Jam. Thank you for your patience. We're going to be doing a little bit of changeover, and up next is our Gathering of the Bands Percussion Ensemble directed by James Schmel. So we'll give us about 5 minutes and we'll get right there. Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
Thank you. You know, one of the beauties of what we do here, and I'm going to do this thank you now, I have a bunch to do later, but you just saw the work. You know, if you were to go into that side over there is the office for the auditorium staff. And if you look at their calendar, well, there's not a lot of white space on the calendar. You know, we do events in here almost every night of the week, and yet these guys come in and they have stuff ready to go. Could we give a huge round of applause for the auditorium staff? We are also very fortunate that we have an administration and an institution that supports the arts. And I would like to introduce our college president, Nick Swain, is going to come up and give a few words. And we want to be nice to him because he's responsible for giving the kids the t-shirts. And each student has received the opportunity to access a $1,000 scholarship for NIC. So would you please welcome to the stage President Nick Swain.
So welcome to North Idaho College. How many of you here for the first time? Great. I was thinking before I got up here about what I wanted to say, and you think about band and what that does in middle school. And I remember back, I played band in 7th and 8th grade. By the time I got to 9th grade, had too many other things going on. But I still remember my band instructor's name, Mr. Snodgrass. And I really never thought about it, and just I hadn't thought about it in a while, and just remember, the band instructors make a huge impact on these young people's lives, and most of them, yeah. So thanks to those guys. And Mr. Snodgrass retired when I was in 9th grade, and I quit the band. The new guy that came in, I didn't get along with him so well. But what do they teach? They teach discipline, respect, and if you haven't been in a high school band, it's brutal. There's competition. Competition is not like football or basketball. Like it's like I'm in 3rd chair because I don't play real well, but I want to get in 1st chair. So I got to go home and practice, and I practice and practice and practice, and then I challenge the guy in 1st. Do they still do that? You still do? No? Yeah. I'm getting mixed responses here, but it was brutal, and I didn't have a lot of time on my hands to practice. So when I saw somebody in 1st chair that kept missing a piece, I said I can beat him. So I'd go from 3rd chair up to 1st chair for about a week, and then they'd challenge me, and I'd go back. But I kept doing it, and I didn't end up sticking with band, but the discipline and the interest and the respect for others, the teamwork to make the music is something that sticks with you, even if you don't continue on and make a career in music. And speaking of career in music, it's tough. How many up here make a career in music? A couple. It's a tough business. I mean, it's a passion. You have a passion for it, but a lot of these guys have a passion for it and practice like hell. But it's tough business making music your business. So what we try to do at North Idaho College is respect those students who take the extra effort to come to these kinds of events. We're having a math competition next week. We'll do the same thing with them. For those students that come to these kinds of events and practice and make it to this and put the extra effort in, those are the kids that we want to come to NIC. So that's why we started offering scholarships last year to all the students that come to NIC for competitions. So I know you guys are young, and you may not know what a scholarship means, but your parents probably do. So every time you're here on campus, you get for a competition, you're going to get a $1,000 scholarship. So you're 7th and 8th grade. Add that up. You can make a lot of money towards your college education. Because what we want to do is we want to support the band and music, but we don't want you to go broke through education to get there. So if music is what you want to study, you can do that here. It's a great place. You got great musicians that are going to teach you, and so we want you to be able to do that. But even if music isn't your choice, you're in band here tonight, but you decide you want to be an engineer or something else, that's fine. You can use that scholarship for that as well. So we want to, I want to demonstrate our respect for the work that you put in to get here and participate in this and get your parents to come and all that. There's a lot of folks out here for a junior high or middle school band. There's a lot of folks out here attending and participating, so that's great. So we look forward to seeing you here in a few years, and look forward to the rest of the evening and the music that's going to take place. And we're also getting ready to start a. When I was in high school, we didn't have DJs. So when there was a dance, we got the high school bands to come and play it. They'd be up on the stage and at the proms and whatnot. And that was a lot of fun, but we don't promote those kinds of bands anymore. So we're rebuilding our stage down by the Child Development Center, and we're going to start having a kind of a Rock the Lake concert thing with high school bands. It may not be this summer, but next summer. So if you guys want to start your own little rock band in your garage and drive your parents really crazy, then do that, because music and performing arts is one of the things that makes us human. And while we don't tend to pay the performers as well as we should for as much as we enjoy it, it is something that really warms our souls. So I think promoting the music and promoting performing arts is something that is really key to this community college. So look forward to seeing you here on campus, and have a great night.
Well, thank you, and let's do one more big round of applause for Dr. Nick Swain for that amazing scholarship. Amazing, amazing. I've been to a lot of campuses. I've never heard of a college president doing something like this, and that keeps on going. So this is a true treasure. So thank you, Dr. Swain, for this. Thank you, keeping music education alive here. Okay, we've got a great program. We're going to do lots of little talking, not really, but I'm going to go 3 tunes in a row, so we're going to make up some time to make sure all you guys get on your buses tonight. But here you go, then, NIC Wind Symphony. Thank you. I'm about 2 weeks away from being Dr. Blink. I've just submitted my dissertation to my third reader, so it's like, whew, I'm almost civilized. Could we say civilized, maybe? But one of the things I have to say that was true to my heart and was written all over the dissertation is the concept of lifelong learning. And what Dr. Swain talked about earlier, it doesn't matter whether you're going to become an engineer, scientist, musician, any of those things. It's remember lifelong learning. People in this band, how many of you guys took 5-10-year break between high school, college, and their careers? Okay. How many have been playing for over 30 years? 40 years? 50 years? That is lifelong learning right there. And what we want you to know is, yes, you can play in high school. You can even play in college and not major in music. But remember, there's always going to be a home, whether after you have your family, you can continue on musicking in your life. So this is the thing to remember. Places like a community college is always going to be a home for you, no matter where you live. You don't have to live in Coeur d'Alene to keep on playing your instrument. But just know there's always going to be sanctuaries where lifelong learning is appreciated and loved. So let's give it a round of applause. Inspire the seed that we're planting today for these students. So we've got one more song for you, and then we're going to end closer where we're going to have the gathering, the bands join the Wind on Symphony here. So we've got one more tune for you. It's been such a pleasure hearing you. I want to thank one more time the administration, the staff at the division office, the event staff, Dr. Swain for this. Please give him a round of applause for all the help. Terry Jones, Tom Tucker, this would not be happening without those two helps. One round of applause for them. And because we're musicians and it's very hard to get work, it's hard to get people in the audience, shameless self-promotion, we've got one of the most amazing traditions. When I got hired, I was blown away. December 7th and 8th, Saturday, 7:30 p.m., Sunday the 8th, 2 p.m. It's our winter holiday extravaganza. The choral, the new Cindy Dickin choral instructor here is going to be there. This ensemble is going to be here. And I hear it sells out both nights, but it is free. So please plan on that. It's sold out free, but imagine this is an 1,100-seat hall coming here to celebrate music, celebrate the holiday. So we hope to see you there. That's a personal invitation. Thank you for being such a great audience. One more, and then we got Stars and Stripes, and then you guys are on the bus. Tacos afterwards? Tacos? Okay. Here we go. Thank you so much.
All right, great. What a wonderful night. Again, I want to thank a couple of people. And if we had the house lights on, please. When we thanked the administrative staff, that responsibility, I was going to say, to take care of the wacky musicians in the world in this building, rests upon Chris Miles' shoulders. There she is in the plaid. I'm going to embarrass her by making her stand up. She is wonderful. This wouldn't go on without her. Obviously, this would not go on without parents. So hopefully you will be able to see your parents. And again, for those of you who would like to see this again, this NIC now has a YouTube channel. If you go to North Idaho College YouTube and go to events, you can find this concert and you can get a chance to see your kids again. And if you happen to know parents who haven't gotten there, make sure you do that. I also, parents, your child will receive in the next couple of days a postcard with a QR code on it. Thanks to Dr. Swain again. That's how you access that money. Yeah, so make sure your kid brings you that and gets that home. And then, I don't mean to interrupt, but we want to get some kids on the road. If you would not mind and help us out tonight, we've got students here from Bonners Ferry. That's a long drive home. So if the adults and whatnot would please just stay seated for a second so we can get the kids kind of out the door. Then we can get the Bonners Ferry people on their road, on their way out of here, okay? That would be really helpful. Yeah, some of those kids even live away from school, so that would be helpful. And then thanks for the parents. And the other people, I don't know if we've actually got to thank, maybe you did and I'll apologize, is, you know, I've been here for way too long, maybe close to 40 years now. I think we started this 25 years ago, is that what we figured? 30 years ago? Something like 30 years ago, and started by two people now who are not with us, with the group from Rathdrum and the group from Canfield, and we've been doing this ever since, and it's just a wonderful thing that without parents and without the great educators that we have in this area, and I'm going to stand on I should get up there because it's really a soapbox thing. I work for the University of Idaho and Washington State University, and I deal with student teachers. Right now, Idaho has 10 music jobs that have not been filled. The enrollment in teacher music education programs is down 85% across the country. We are lucky in this area because we have great educators. Please do what you can to keep them around. And if we could give them a big round of applause, they should stand up. I think Ryan's here. Come on, stand up. Where are we at? Yeah. All right, one last. You're going to enjoy this one. This is our national march. This is Stars and Stripes.
Thank you again, and please keep seated, and let's get those students out the door, please. Okay, come on out through there, grab all your things. Thanks again, thank you again. We'll see you at that holiday concert.